Hey everybody, Rob here. Just want to do a quick tutorial on how to add and manage pages in your website. Of course, most of your pages have already been created in your websites, but from time to time you're going to find that pages might be missing in some of the sites that we set up for you. So in that case, we're going to show you how you can add your own pages if needed, and that's done really easily on the left-hand side by clicking on the Pages icon. When you click on Pages, of course, you can see all the pages in your website, and they'll be shown in the order that they are in the menu. And of course, to rearrange the pages, it's just a matter of clicking and dragging and dropping and putting them in whatever order they need to be in. Every page has a little round icon to the right of it, and that's your settings icon for the page. This will allow you to rename the page if needed. You can also hide pages in navigation because sometimes you're going to find that pages don't need to be in the navigation menu, but they do need to be available on the website so that you can link to them from other places. So, for example, you may have an announcement that links to a school board meeting, but the school board meeting page is not in the menu. The only way to get to it would be through that link in that announcement. So a lot of times you will have pages that are hidden in the navigation, but they're still live and active pages that you can get to. To do that, you simply mouse over Hide in Navigation, click Hide on All, and now that page is hidden. It's no longer showing up in your menu, but it also has a little icon that says Hidden on All. To undo that, you just simply go back to it and click Show on All, and now your page is visible everywhere. If you have a page that needs to be duplicated, you can click on Duplicate, or you can also change its URL. You can manage the SEO, and we're not going to be setting any passwords for pages, but we can do that as well if needed. So we're going to create a few different pages, and I'm going to show you how easy that is. Now, there are three kinds of pages that we're going to create, and I'll go through each of them separately. To create a page, you're going to click on the blue New Page icon that says Add a Page. Here we'll see all the different kinds of pages that you can create in your website. We want you to only use 3 of them, primarily. So the main one you're going to use is the blank page. This is the one you've been using already because we've created a lot of pages for you, and all of the pages that we created for you are blank. So this is your standard blank page that you're already very familiar with. The other kind of page is a page URL. This is a page that links to a website or that links to a document. And we're going to show you how to do both of those in just a moment. And the last is actually oddly named, but it's called folder. And it's really just a placeholder name or a placeholder in your navigation that you can't click on, but it holds other pages underneath it. So sometimes, for example, you'll come across a departments page in your menu. Departments really is kind of blank because there's not a whole lot to talk about. But other departments might be HR and maintenance and technology and lots of other departments. And so you mouse over the word department in the menu, and all of the subpages are then shown, but the word department isn't actually clickable. That's where we're using this folder page, if you will, that is really just a placeholder. Think of it as pages within a folder. Obviously, when you get a manila folder, you don't really care reading the folder itself. You want to know what's inside of it. You want those pages in there. You don't really care about the folder. And that's exactly what the folder page is. So let's go back and create a blank page first. Again, the most common page. You click on blank page, give it a name. New page. And click Add Page. It's as simple as that. Once you've added your page, it's in the menu, and you can drag and drop it as need be and shuffle it around if you need to. Of course, most of the pages that you're going to be creating are probably pages that should have been hidden, so you're going to need to go to the icon on the side, click Hide in Navigation, Hide on All, and make that page go away. That's totally up to you and the situation that you need for your specific page, but just know that you're going to need to set it appropriately so that it matches what's on the original website. I'm going to go back and show mine on all. Now, if you have a page that needs to be under another page, we call it a child page. It has nothing to do with parents or students. It's about the hierarchy of your pages. So for example, let's call them sub-pages or child pages. If I want subpage 1 and subpage 2 to be under my new page, all I have to do is simply drag it to the right, and it leaves the menu at the top and is now under my new page. If I drag subpage 2 over, it also is now under my new page. And you can see I can access those two pages here. So that's how we manage the page levels. And I'm going to pull them back out so we can shuffle them around a bit more. And I'm going to go back in and create another kind of page. Let's go back and create the new page. So we're going to create a URL page. And again, the URL page is primarily used to link to another website or to link to a document in the site. So we'll create both kinds of pages there. Click on Page URL, give your page a name. I'll call this one Third Party Website. So this links out to another website. And it actually, by default, has google.com placed in it. However, you have to have a complete and valid URL in order to submit the page and create it. That means it has to have http:// in front of it before you can even create the page. If you just have www, it will not let you create the page. So you need to create it with http:// and then you can click Add the Page. Once you add the page, it's just like every other page. It shows up in your menu. And of course, you can drag and drop and move it around as need be. However, there is a little difference in the way it appears in that you'll see a small icon on the left, and that is your external URL icon. And it just demonstrates that it is an external URL. It is not just a blank page like all of the others. It does have some of the same options on the right side where you can rename it, you can hide it, you can edit the URL. So although this page linked to google.com, if I need to change it, I can click on Edit URL, and now I can change it to go to schooldesk.net by changing that URL. So when you create your URL pages, you can add the correct URL at the time of creating the page, or if you just created it and it says google.com, or if we created it for you and it goes to google.com, well, you can always go back in and update that and correct the link at any time. So let's create a page that links to a document. We're going to use that same URL page, but it's a little bit more convoluted in that there are a couple of other steps we have to do in order to link a page to a document. So we'll create a page URL by clicking on the button, and we'll say this is link to a file or a document. So we have to create it first just by letting it use the default of http:// www.google.com. And we're going to change this URL to the path of the document. Right now we don't know what that path is, so the first step is just create the page. We'll come back in and change and correct that in just a second. So I'm going to create my document link page. It says link to document. And in a moment, I'm going to come back and change the URL here to my document URL. First, I have to find that. So if I go to my content area on the left-hand side and click Manage Files, here are all the files in my website. Let's say we want to link it to this alphabet book, All the Cat Club PDF. Well, I need to find the URL of that document in order to link that document to my page. To do that, all I have to do is click on the little magnifying glass and it'll open in a new page. Don't click on the select button because that will actually select the document and add it to the page that you're working on. Then you have to go back in and delete it. It doesn't do anything harmful. It's just one more thing you've got to remove or clean up later. So to get the URL of this document, I click on the magnifying glass. It now opens in a new browser or a new tab. And all I have to do is click up here in the URL bar and right-click on it to copy that URL. That's the path to this particular document. Once I've copied that, I can go back to my page that I created a moment ago and change or edit the URL. Change it from google.com to that path I just created. And now I've got a page that links to this document instead of a page that links to Google. So if I preview it out here, my link to document, I'll close the old one. Now we'll link out to my new document. This did that a moment ago as well in my previous recording, but it does work, I assure you. I think it takes a moment to actually load. But it does work. There we go. Now I've clicked it. I think it takes a few seconds for it to actually register. However, now I've got a link on my website that links a page in my navigation directly to a document. So we've got one that links to a third-party website, and we've got one that links to a document. Third-party website, and one that links to a document. They're both done primarily the same way, except that you have to get the URL path for the document in a separate step. But still, you simply add the URL to that page in the page settings. So last, let's create a folder page, and then we'll see what it does for us. So we create a folder page, and I'll call mine departments, because that's one of the big examples. You'll also see some that say athletics, and under that you'll see lots of other pages there. So let's say we're going to create a folder page called departments, and now it's here in my pages, and I'm going to move it up to the top so that you can see it toward the middle here. Now it's here at the top, and if we go out and preview this page, we click on departments, it doesn't do anything. If I click on my other pages, of course it takes me to those pages. But if I click on departments, it doesn't do anything. Again, it's just a placeholder page. So the purpose of that would be to hold other pages underneath it. For example, maybe I'm going to have documents under it, or links to a third-party website, or maybe FAQs, or even some other subpages under that. Now, I can't click on that, my departments page, but I just put all of the other pages in the wrong place. Now you can see that I can get to my calendar page under departments, but I can't click on departments. So, again, it's just a placeholder. It still shows in the navigation, but it's not a clickable page. So that's all there is to making pages and managing your pages, moving your pages around, renaming the pages, and the different kinds of pages, whether it's a blank page, a URL page that goes to a third-party website, or a URL page that goes to a document, or the last one would be the folder page that doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't do anything, it's just a placeholder that allows other pages to be stored underneath it. So I hope that helped. Have a great day.